Hey, my friend. Welcome to Luloa Yoga. I'm Lauren, and I am so glad that you're joining me for today's practice. This is just going to be a quick 15-20-minute practice to get us moving. So kind of like a wake-up type flow, or maybe this is the middle of your day and you just want some movement. But either way, let's get cracking. So come to the top of your mat, and let's take feet hip distance apart, and just give yourself a second or two here to kind of move around intuitively. If you've practiced with me before, I always like to begin practice with intuitive movement. It just kind of helps bring us to the mat, checking in a little bit more fully. So take just another couple of breaths, a little bit more movement, and then starting to find some stillness here. Again, all 10 toes are pointing forward. Let's start from the ground up. Rooting down through the four corners of the feet, little engagement to the quadriceps, the tops of the thighs, tailbone drops, low belly engages here. Inhale, roll the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale down the back, palms forward. Let the eyes close, take a breath in and out. And one more time in and out. And then seal the lips. Couple of breaths, feel yourself arrive a little bit more fully. And then maybe the eyes stay closed or you let them flicker open, but let's take the arms out and up overhead. Just a big stretch, reach arms up. Maybe the gaze goes up. As we exhale, separate the hands and come into forward fold. And in this first forward fold, a little sway if that feels good. Options here, if you've got some funkiness in the low back, use your hands just to support you here on the thighs. All right, take another breath. And then finding a little bit of that stillness, inhale, halfway lift. Ooh, I feel my yoga pants rolling. This is going to be fun. And then exhale, fold forward. Oh. And then a flat back. Let's rise all the way up and out. Arms reach back up overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. Readjust those yoga pants if you're like me. And then let's get ready to move a little bit more fully. From here, arms up, full breath in. Same thing again, exhale, flat back, all the way down, forward fold. Good, let's step the right leg back, coming into a high lunge. Great place here if you have blocks. Grab your blocks, hands on the blocks. A little bit of movement, heel, ball of the foot, little rock. And then let's extend that more fully. Begin to straighten the left leg. Pull that left hip crease back and just hold here. So think about flattening the back. Oftentimes we'll see this, a rounded back. We want to draw the shoulder blades together. Think about chest towards that thigh. Lengthening the spine, take another breath. And then rebend that left knee. Press off of your right foot. Come back into that forward fold. And then again, inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands support you here. Shoulder blades and shoulders pull towards the waist to lengthen everything here on this posterior side. One more inhale. Exhale, fold. And then the same thing, other side, left leg reaches back. So using the blocks here, right, you could rock a little forwards and back, same thing. You could keep yourself on fingertips like I am. Just checking in, seeing how that body feels. And then let's do the same thing on this side. Begin to straighten that right leg. So when the right leg straightens, you may need to just adjust here a little bit. Left heel is up off of the mat. So we're not trying to get the back heel down. Right hip crease keeps pulling back, lengthening the spine here. And then this time, let's rebend that right knee. Plant your hands either side of the foot. And now let's step back into a downward facing dog. So our first down dog, Always, always, always adding some movement here. Bend the knees, pedal the legs. I like to lift and lower my heels, but you do what feels right for your body. And in down dog, remember, index fingers forward, biceps gently roll in and forward, and you are pressing that ground away. Take one more breath. And then let's roll forward. So come up onto the balls of your feet, shift the body weight forward, roll yourself forward into plank pose. And again, always checking that foundation, readjusting feet hip distance, index fingers forward. Protract the shoulders, shoulder blades towards the waist, squeeze your butt, all that good stuff. And then let's take it down, one knee at a time. Bring your knees a little bit closer together. And let's take some hip circles. Whew. Y'all get the sound effects today because my hips are feeling a little tight. Oh, and then go the opposite way. So hips go around and forward all the way back. So wonderful mobility here for the hips. And let's come back and around and in through center here. So let's give the wrist just a little break. Tuck your toes under. And I want you to have a seat onto onto the calves, onto the heels. And bring your hands to the tops of your shoulders. I'll show you from the front. And we want to draw those elbows down towards each other, then all the way up and back around. So let's do that just a couple of times. You're still with those toes tucked under if you can hang with it. And then reverse, go the opposite way. And I don't think you can hear this, but it sounds a little crunchy in my shoulders. Oh, all right. And then let's release that. Come back onto your hands, untuck your toes, and then just tap them out. All right. And let's come all the way up. Actually, nope, let's stay down. Let's take a couple of cat-cows. So hand under the shoulders. Let's move that spine a little more. Knees under the hips. And inhale, belly towards the ground. And exhale, release. So tailbone drops and draws under. You tuck the chin. And then begin moving with your breath. Inhaling, feeling that arc to the lumbar spine. Exhaling, really focusing across the shoulder blades, that area, stretching there. And just moving at your own pace. Not rushing it. Letting it feel good. Right, maybe you just woke up and this is getting the juices flowing, or maybe you've been sitting all day and you just need that break. Let's take one more cat-cow. Regardless of where you're at in your day, right? I hope this just meets you right where you are. All right, so now I want you to rise up onto those hands. Let's come up onto the shins and step your right foot forward. All right, so let's come into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Draw the hips down and forward, hands to the thigh. If you want more challenge, let's just take those arms up, palms facing each other. Either way, though, tailbone under, squeezing your left glute, engaging across the left quad. Stay here, take a breath. And then we're going to twist to the right. So bring the left hand to the right knee and bring your right hand behind the back. So bend the elbow. And the hand could either come to the low back, maybe it wraps more fully around to the left hip. Look over that right shoulder, take another breath. And then release, come back around. Good, shift the weight, now send the weight back. Straighten your right leg, hips back, hands to the ground. Right toes lift. Good, and then come forward. A little bit different here. So we're back in this lunge position. Both hands will come to the inside of the right foot and off of the mat. And I want you to turn your left foot all the way back around behind you. So now we're in this, what do we call this? It's just a different lunging position, right? Where we've got the right toes forward And now the left knee, left thigh is off to the left side of the mat. So we're going to come back into that low lunge. So shifting weight forward. You're going to feel a nice stretch through that right inner thigh, perhaps into the left inner thigh as well, and then come back out. Let's do that a couple of times here. So coming in, keeping the knee drawing towards the right side, and then coming back. So just a little bit more moving here. We want to keep that right leg roughly here in line with this left inner thigh. So we don't want it too far back or too far forward. And this will be very similar in a moment when we come into that warrior two. So, all right, stay here. Now, just like this, we're going to turn those right toes to match the direction of the left knee. Coming into gate pose, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up, also like a side plank variation. So just stay here and breathe. So we're facing the long edge of the mat, right toes, left knee in line with each other, left hand under the shoulder, turn your palm forward, and then reach that right hand past your head. Stay here, take a breath. Option, if you want a little bit more, is to flex your right foot and lift the right leg. Just works more core stability. Good. And if that leg is lifted, take your time, lower it down. And then everyone from here, let's just keep moving. Bring that right hand down. Turn now, so you're facing the complete opposite end of the mat where we started. And let's bring your left knee back in line with the right leg back in line. Come into plank pose. Goodness gracious. And then take it up and back. I get tongue-tied. What can I say? Take a breath here, a little bit of movement. And then let's take a moment here. Just find a little bit of stillness. Hold this down dog. Allow the breath to help increase that energy. Inhale. Big breath in and exhale out of the nose. All right, inhale up to the balls of your feet. Come down softly onto those knees. Walk the hands in. Rise up onto your shins, and same thing, other side. A left foot this time steps forward. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. So keep the knee over the ankle as the hips draw forward. Tailbone under, squeeze the right glute. Hands to the thigh or arms reach up overhead. Take another breath. So opening up this right side of the body, we're going to twist, same thing here to the left. So right hand to that left knee, wrap the arm around behind you, or just keep the left hand to the low back. You do what feels best, gently looking over that left shoulder. As we unwind, we come back slowly through center. Shift the weight back, straighten your left leg, hands down or to blocks. Same thing as before, shoulder blades pull together, keep a flat back here. Left hip crease pulls back softly. One more breath. As you shift the body weight forward, here's where we come up into that different lunge. So coming up, we're going to turn now the right shin all the way over to the left, right? So we rise up into this position, this open hip position, left toes forward, right thigh now and right knee facing off to the side. And we begin here to shift that weight back into that left foot, right? So feeling that nice big stretch and then shift the body weight back. So do that a few times here, just working through this hip mobility, noticing how this side compares to the other. And your hands here, my left hand naturally just moves and slides, but you could keep the hands on the hips, you could keep hands into prayer. Making sure, right, we're not letting that left knee collapse in. Good. All right. right, so this time when we straighten this leg now, we're going to turn those left toes so that they're in the same direction as the right knee and thigh, facing the long edge. Knee is in line, or your foot is in line with your knee, and let's come into that gate pose. Right hand under the right shoulder, index finger forward on that right hand, and then lift your left arm up. So here, press through the pinky side of your left foot. Make sure you're not sticking your butt out behind you, but keep everything in the same plane. Draw the tailbone under, turn your left palm forward, reach the hand past your head. And the gaze is neutral here. Maybe you look down, though, at the arm if that feels better. Couple breaths. Option here, same thing. You could flex the left foot and lift the foot in line with the hip, the leg in line with the hip. If the leg is lifted, let's lower it down, take your time. And then same thing, y'all. Bring that left hand around to the mat. We are back to where we started. Let's come back to a downward facing dog. So press those hips up and back. Pedal through your down dog. Take a couple of breaths. I'm going to check the time here. So you just keep breathing for me. This is what happens when I'm recording this by myself. All right. And then from here we go. Let's add a little bit of movement here, my friend. Take that right leg up. So from your down dog, big stretch in. As you exhale, step it in between your hands, high lunge, left heel down. Come up into your warrior two, right knees forward. So that same leg pattern we were just in, but now we're standing. Make it dynamic. Inhale, straighten the leg, arms up. Exhale, bring the arms all the way down. And then again, inhale up. And exhale down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down. And then we take it back all the way up. Parallel your feet. For just a moment, bring those hands to heart center. Draw the heels in. Let's take goddess pose. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Couple breaths, couple pulses. Up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. One more, up and down. And then extend the arms, take it all the way up. Hands to the hips, reparallel your feet. Warrior two to the other side. So left toes, turn them out. Adjust the feet, right? And then bend that left knee. Let's come into our warrior two. All right, so always double checking alignment. We have head, heart, pelvis all lined up here. Couple of breaths and make it dynamic. Inhale, left leg straightens, take the arms up. Exhale, arms down. And again, up and down. And again, up and down. And one more time, up. Oh, this time parallel those feet. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold all the way down. From here, inhale, flat back. Let's bring that left hand underneath your face. And the right hand, inhale, reach it up for the twist to the right. Exhale, bring that hand down. Right hand under, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bring it down. And one more time, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. And same thing, inhale, left arm up. And bring it down. From here, quarter turn, my friend, all the way back around to the top of the mat, through that high lunge where we started. And then step your left foot forward, come back into that forward fold. Just a little sway. And coming up halfway, flat back. And from here, fold one final time. Flat back to rise to standing. Take the arms out wide and up overhead. Big breath in. Hands to heart center. Ending this quick practice today just as we began. Palms forward, arms down, shoulders roll up and back. Take a breath in. Let it out. And again in. And out. And one more time in. and out. Letting hands find prayer at heart center. Thank you for joining me for this quick wake up practice. See you soon, my friend.